Today on People Now, backlash over Sean Spicer's casting on Dancing with the Stars. We'll tell you what Sean, Karamo Brown, and other cast members are saying.
And I'm backstage after the big announcement, getting down with Dancing's new cast. Am I kind of?
Oh,
That's embarrassing.
Bethenny Frankel has the Housewives world shook with news that she is leaving the Real Housewives of New York. We have details.
Also today,
I don't know if I was supposed to say that,
but you did.
But I've done it now.
T-Swift's big VMAs announcement getting fans excited.
Is this hide and seek? Are we really gonna play that?
The cast of the summer's creepiest, hilariously freakiest movie, Ready or Not, telling us about making this wild flick.
And our favorite cat lover from The Office, Angela Kinsey, is here with some kittens for a cause.
Live today on People Now. Woo, hey everybody, happy Thursday. Welcome to People Now, so close to the weekend. Very busy show today.
We have a lot. We have kittens on the show.
Yeah, lots to
Dancing
get
with the
to.
Stars.
Let's jump right into this.
Yeah.
A lot of Dancing with the Stars stuff. Sean Spicer is reacting to critics of his Dancing with the Stars casting, saying, quote, "I'm very comfortable with who I am." The former White House press secretary's casting sparked backlash from many people on Wednesday.
But Spicer shot back against a New York Times critic in particular, saying, quote, "I've never really cared what they think. I'm not going to care now." The New York Times piece criticized ABC for turning political deception into a joke and claimed the network was helping Spicer, quote, "dry clean his reputation" by casting him on the show.
Spicer responded by telling Mediate that the idea that I need this to make myself feel better is preposterous. I'm in this because I enjoy it, adding that he's going to go out and have some fun. Despite the widespread backlash, one person who seems to be on board with Spicer's casting is his fellow contestant Karamo Brown.
While pointing out that he had no say in who was cast, the Queer Eye star tweeted in part, "I'm excited to sit down with him and engage in respectful conversations. Only way things get better is if we try to educate those who have different points of view than us." But Brown's defense of Spicer did not go over well with fans. One Twitter user called him out for labeling Spicer a, quote, "good guy" and a really sweet guy in an interview with Access Hollywood.
In a now deleted tweet, Brown responded to that criticism by tweeting that he, quote, "honestly can't stand people who post things just to, quote, flame the fire," adding, "We fight harder than your ass ever has for people of color and members of the LGBTQIA community." Anyone who follows Karamo on Queer Eye and everything else,
yeah.
He loves to engage in conversation, bring people to the table. That's kind of his thing.
Yeah, it's kind of unfair, I feel like, that he's getting this backlash. He didn't cast the show.
Sure.
Host Tom Bergeron also appeared to express disapproval of the choice to cast Spicer in a lengthy tweet posted on Wednesday. Bergeron revealed that he met with the executive producers of the show several months ago and tried to steer the show away from politics.
He wrote in part that he had hoped Dancing with the Stars would be, quote, "a joyful respite from our exhausting political climate and free of inevitably decisive booking from any political affiliations." Bergeron echoed his feelings on Spicer while speaking to SiriusXM's Entertainment Weekly Live on Wednesday, calling him a political lightning rod and explaining his preference was for Spicer not to have been cast. He added, "Dancing at its best is an oasis away from all the divisiveness and all the stuff that we are wrestling with right now."
In response to Bergeron's comments, Spicer told Mediate that he hopes by the end of his stint in the competition, Bergeron will look at the show as, quote, "bringing people together of very diverse backgrounds, whether it's in politics or other areas, and allowing them to show America how we can engage in a really respectful and civil way is actually a way to help bring the country together as opposed to bring it apart."
So it's definitely something that a lot of people are talking about. Is this the biggest splash a Dancing with the Stars cast reveal has ever made?
It's controversial,
Maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, all right. The entire cast of Dancing with the Stars season 28 was revealed on Wednesday. Andrea, you got the scoop.
I did. I was at the Dancing with the Stars cast reveal, chatted with everyone, including Sean Spicer. Although there are some critics out there who aren't happy with his casting, he's choosing to go in with a very positive attitude. Following the big announcement, I chatted with Sean, who shared why now was the time to have a little fun. Take a look.
It's been a couple of years. I've had two businesses that have been able to take off, and I was at a place in life where I thought, let's have some fun and do something different and exciting, and this fit the bill.
What experiences from the White House prepares you for this moment?
You dance around questions, but that's as close as it comes. It's all verbal, nothing physical.
Who in the Democratic race do you think has the best dance moves?
Oh, that's a great question.
Have you seen them get down?
I have not. I'm going to say that I'm going to immediately rule out Joe Biden. I don't think that that's probably his thing. But I don't know. I think Mayor Pete probably can bust a move. Kamala Harris looks like she could bust a move. I don't get that sense from Elizabeth Warren that she's
Really? I was going to say Elizabeth Warren, I feel like, has some tricks up her sleeve.
Maybe, but I wouldn't put her at the top of that pack.
I think Elizabeth Warren would kill a dance circle.
I've seen some of the videos lately. She's kind of running up to crowds and stuff. Like
Yeah,
she's
I
almost
think he's
got her
wrong
moves.
about Elizabeth Warren there.
You also talked to my good friend, Queer Eye's culture expert, Karamo Brown. I wasn't there. You did manage to kind of sneak me in for an important question. Watch this.
It's so funny because I literally was texting your co-host Jeremy and was like, wink, wink, there's something going on, please, I want to tell you first. So I'm so glad that I'm finally getting to tell you.
I was going to save that for later. We actually have a message from him. I don't know if you can hear it. Yeah, so let's hear what he says.
What's up, Karamo? Congrats on Dancing with the Stars. We know you are not afraid of a little shirtless thirst trap photo on the gram. When's that shirt coming off on the dance floor?
The shirt will probably never come off on Dancing with the Stars. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those family shows, and I do not want women in Middle America being like, what is going on now? So I'll keep it PG for this. I reserved the thirst traps just for my Instagram, at Karamo, go to it.
Jeremy just needed to get in there.
I'm giving it to episode 3.
Well, we love Karamo on Queer Eye. Now, I'm not trying to start any drama with the Fab Five, but I had to know who's the best and worst dancer out of the Fab Five. Karamo did not hesitate to break it down for us.
Oh, that's simple. So Jonathan and I are only two that have rhythm. So we won lip sync battle because we can dance. And the other 3 babies, I love you, but they don't have rhythm. And they know it. They know it. I will say this, though. If the 5 of us were on it, the person who would probably get the reward for most effort would be Anthony. Because he actually tries. He gives it his all. And, like, I feel like a couple of dance lessons, he could, like, kill it.
A lot of effort.
I'd watch all of them. I think they'd all be great on Dancing with the Stars.
You guys, stay with us. We have so much more from this season's Dancing with the Stars cast. Plus, we get some of them to give us a little sneak peek at their moves. I'm worried for some of them, to be honest, but stick around for that.
Yes, but before we move on, we have to know who's your pick to go all the way and win the Mirror Ball Trophy this season. Is it former Bachelorette Hannah Brown, Queer Eye's Karamo, former Fifth Harmony member Allie Brooke, or basketball player Lamar Odom? It's a wild cast. Vote in our People poll, or if your pick didn't make our list, tweet us using the hashtag #PeopleNow.
We're going to check in on those results and your answers later in the show, but for now, we switch gears to a much more serious note. Watch this.
I've always said that I'm not a saint, that I am a work in progress, but I will not be held hostage by my past.
In an edited video posted on her YouTube channel, Naomi Campbell is responding to backlash about her connection to a slew of people who have questionable or even criminal pasts.
In the 5-minute video, Campbell responds to questions asked by someone off camera and defends herself against accusations made by the Daily Mail, which questions whether Campbell deserves an upcoming humanitarian award because of her connection to Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey, and Jeffrey Epstein, who recently was found hanged in his New York jail cell while awaiting trial for charges of sex trafficking and conspiracy, to which he pleaded not guilty.
A photo recently surfaced that shows one of Epstein's alleged teenage victims at Campbell's 31st birthday party aboard a yacht. That was in 2001. Campbell says the party was thrown for her by ex-boyfriend Flavio Briatore, who she says introduced her to Epstein. You can see Flavio in the photo here, as well as the alleged victim, who's thought to be there in the pink shirt. Another photo of Campbell aboard the yacht shows Epstein's friend Ghislaine Maxwell, who many of Epstein's alleged victims accuse of helping facilitate his alleged abuse. It's not the photo that you're seeing here of Ghislaine with Epstein, but that's part of the story here.
Yeah, there is no suggestion Campbell knew of Epstein's alleged illegal activities, but she does admit to knowing the disgraced financier and says that she finds the allegations made against him disgusting, adding she supports his alleged victims. Take a listen.
He was always front and center at Victoria's Secret shows.
Did you suspect what he was doing?
No. And what he's done is indefensible. And when I heard of what he'd done, it sickened me to my stomach, just like everybody else. Because I've had my fair share of sexual predators, and thank God that I had good people around me that protected me from this. I mean, right now I stand with the victims. I can't, they're scarred for life.
The former Victoria's Secret model goes on to say that she finds it extraordinary that out of all the hundreds of thousands of people she stood next to in pictures, the paper is choosing these few, adding that it's going to be very difficult to be photographed at public events because she states a photo could be taken out of context and then used in a negative way.
All right, we move on to this. Bethenny Frankel is promising fans they haven't seen the last of her in the wake of news that she is leaving the Real Housewives of New York City.
Yeah, in a lengthy Instagram posted on Wednesday, Frankel goes on to say that she's grateful for fans' support over the years. She writes in part, "I would read your letters and messages and grow from your struggles. You would give me your honest opinion about my products and projects projects and helpful advice about divorce, relationships, motherhood, miscarriages, health, and surviving the death of a loved one, and almost my own.
Wow, that throwback photo is kind of wild there. She goes on to encourage her fans to pursue their own dreams. Ends the post with this: P.S. New York City is still my playground. She's not going anywhere.
Yeah, earlier on Wednesday, Frankel announced her departure from the Bravo series, calling her experience on the show an incredibly magical ride. In a statement to Variety, she says, quote, "I am excited for my future. The best is yet to come." She explains that she's leaving to explore her next chapter and to, quote, "focus on my daughter, my philanthropy, and my production partnership."
Yeah, now Frankel appeared on the very first season of New York, but exited before season 4. She then returned in season 7 and has been on the show since. I mean, she's been a staple to so many on the show.
She's one of the standouts,
for
sure.
Yeah.
Fans of the show weren't the only ones surprised to hear of Frankel's exit, though. Her castmate Ramona Singer opened up to People exclusively, saying she was, quote, "disappointed that Bethenny did not inform her co-stars that she's not coming back to the show."
That is kind of crazy that she didn't tell them.
I'm surprised to hear that. But she says she respects the fact that Bethenny has decided to go on with other endeavors.
Yeah, Ramona goes on to explain, quote, "When she left in season 4, we found out through the press that she was doing her spin-off, Bethenny Getting Married. She was upset we never congratulated her, but we were upset she never told us, and that's how we feel now." And Ramona adds, to hear this from the press and not through her is upsetting.
I think Bethenny keeps it close to the vest. She's got deals going. It's there until it's finally out.
You
and
think you would
that.
tell your cast members, though, like, hey, I'm actually leaving this huge show?
It does give a little insight, maybe, into how she feels about their relationships and can she trust. I don't know, but we'll discuss this more later on in the show in our weekly Housewives recap. For now, though, we move on to this. Watch.
I know it's on Monday, baby.
I'm very excited.
You always bring it. So what can we expect? What can we expect with your performance?
Well, I'm opening the show, so that's exciting. I don't know if I was supposed to say that,
but you did.
But I've done it now.
Yep, there it is. Taylor Swift is opening the VMAs, and the performance will mark her first major televised gig after her new album, Lover, hits shelves on Friday. The superstar had previously been confirmed as a performer, but revealed the big news that she will open the show Thursday during an interview with Good Morning America's Robin Roberts.
Very exciting. Swift also performed live from Central Park in New York City, with GMA reporting that over 3,000 fans showed up to the concert. Now, this all comes just hours after the singer gave her fans yet another surprise. Watch this.
Thanks, Taylor.
So fans who camped out overnight for the concert received a tasty surprise, some free pizza courtesy of T Swift herself. Pretty cool. Now, she wasn't there to personally deliver the pizza, but she tagged in someone very close to her, her father Scott. Scott, along with Swift's management team, hand-delivered 30 pies to the eager Swifties, also passed out exclusive guitar picks to promote her new album.
That's a really great thing to do.
Yeah.
So smart. Gets everyone pumped to stay there literally all night. Scott even posed for photos and selfies with the crowd. This Twitter user wrote, "Very blurry pic of Papa Swift and I. Thanks for taking such good care of us." Another user explained that they took a 5-hour bus ride from Virginia for that concert, saying Taylor, quote, "made us the happiest girls in the world."
3,000 fans. That is nuts. She also has always made sure to take good care of her fans, but Taylor is being sure to take care of herself as well. In an interview with CBS News' Tracy Smith, set to air this weekend on CBS Sunday Morning, the singer reveals that she is moving to regain control of her catalog of music, which was acquired by Scooter Braun for a reported $300 million. She says she plans to do that by re-recording her earlier songs.
You can also catch her opening performance on the VMAs Monday, August 26th at 8 p.m. She's nominated for 10 different awards this year, including Video of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best Pop Video. Sure to be a big night for her. Best of luck with everything. All right, stay with us, guys. We're going to be joined live by the cast of the devilish new horror movie, Ready or Not. This is a wild, freaky movie. We're going to talk about it. Plus, our favorite office cat lady, Angela Kinsey, will be here with kittens. Always fun when she stops by. I'm excited for the cats. Stick around for that.
Turn up the music. Florida ferocity, serving us best dressed against Damon and Lamar.
This show is full of so many big moments. We're continuing to celebrate some of this year's Emmy-nominated stars and their shows in this week's issue of People. Today, of course, we are talking all about Pose. In just 2 years, FX's Pose made a major mark on pop culture, breaking the glass ceiling for the LGBTQ and African-American community.
Such a great show. Billy Porter stars as Pray Tell, the MC of the ball scene, and father figure to some of our favorite characters. The role earned him his first Emmy nomination for lead actor, so well-deserved. But Billy opened up to us, revealing that before Pose, he was ready to walk away from Hollywood.
I really had a hard time as an out black gay actor. Our stories just weren't being told. And, you know, I wasn't having a great time living up to the heteronormative masculinity standard to get the straight male work. So I wasn't really working in film and television. To have this come around and to have it come around in this way is really profound and really special.
Interesting to get his perspective. Billy made quite the splash at red carpet events this year, becoming an instant fashion icon and game changer. We talked all about his looks all season long.
Yeah, he's looked so amazing on the red carpets. For Billy, it's all about choosing to be himself every step of the way.
I choose joy. I choose life. I made that decision a long time ago. And look at what I get to do for a living. You know, like, I know a lot of people who don't get to do what they want for a living. It's such a gift to have always known what my place on this planet is supposed to be. It's such a gift, you know, because I've been really able to focus on that and focus on living those dreams and achieving those goals. You know, it's fun. If you're not having fun, you may as well hang it up.
I'm so happy for him. We'll be celebrating another Emmy-nominated icon on Friday, so make sure to tune back in for that. Now, watch this.
So I just take out the card?
My dear, it is your turn.
What does it say, girl?
It says hide and seek. Are we really gonna play that?
Ready or Not is the story of a bride who, on her wedding night, has to play a deadly game of hide or seek, what may be the craziest display of in-law aggression we've ever seen. The family has to kill the bride before sunrise or else.
The stakes aren't high at all. It's out in theaters now. To break it all down, we're here with stars Samara Weaving, Mark O'Brien, and Andy McDowell. Thank you for being here.
Yes, thanks for being here.
We were just having this wild discussion about crazy things that we've done. Andrea's going on a hot air balloon. Have you got, what's the craziest sort of like adrenaline junkie type thing you guys have ever done?
I jumped out of an airplane.
Have you jumped out of
Yeah.
the skydiving thing? Okay.
Yeah. It's great fun.
Mine is just being on an airplane. I'm not a...
Your bar's pretty low here.
Yeah, pretty low.
Commercial flight, this is enough.
Yeah, there was some traffic on the way over here. That was pretty scary.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not into it, yeah.
I've gone out looking for a mountain lion with a neighbor friend of mine.
Look at
this. It was the mountain lion had twin cubs, and we were going out just to look for their tracks.
Wait, just at home? Like this is like in the
on a ranch
mountains?
in Montana.
Okay.
And along the way, we ran into some elk and were some moose, and I was like, what are we gonna do? And we were all fine, but then it dawned on me that I was out looking for mountain lion tracks. Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, I'm worried about the moose. What about the mountain lion?
You're so brave. And it's a completely self-induced adrenaline situation here. That's incredible. Wow.
You gotta get with it here. You gotta start doing some.
I don't know. I'm most impaired.
I got a big flight coming up tomorrow that I'm a passenger on.
All the way back to LA. It is gonna be crazy.
Those are wild activities. I would say that this film is pretty wild too, though, right?
Yeah.
Doing something like this. But reading the script, your first reactions, what were they?
I loved it. It was. I thought that all the characters were really well developed, and the humor in it was what really appealed to me. I had no idea that I was going to fall in love with gore, and these two, I really was unconscious of how brilliant they both are, and Samara carries this movie in a way that is just mind-blowing, and it was such an honor to get to work with both of them.
Yeah.
Really.
What about for you guys?
A huge asset. I had no idea how lucky I was.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Wait, what?
And
Lucky to have you.
I just thought it was a page turner. I was just like, I really want to know what's going to happen next.
You
don't
know
have
a
that
good
with
script when you finish it really fast and you want to read it again.
You do it in, this doesn't always happen. You don't always read a script in one sitting.
Yeah, it's true.
This
You
one,
read
I
it
read
in one sitting, and it was
yeah.
like, oh my gosh, this is great.
Yeah.
And the humor in it, it's it's a very savvy script.
Yeah,
it's
it
really
lands.
Tone
smart.
to get right the horror.
That was exactly what I was going to say. One of the most impressive things is hitting that tone where it's really intense, violent, sometimes very gory, but then all of a sudden I'm laughing.
Yeah, it's really
and you
hard
wanted
to
us to laugh.
execute.
It was
And
good.
they
Yeah,
did
and
it,
you
the
were
Radio
able to.
Silence guys did it really well.
Yeah, and Anna, you've had such an iconic and varied career. 4 Weddings and a Funeral, Magic Mike, XXL, Love After Love. I mean, looking at this horror film, it's in a different category. So what was that like taking this on?
Honestly, I didn't really even think about it from that perspective because the script was it was on its own just a great script. It wasn't even thinking, oh, I want to do a horror movie. It was, I want to work on this amazing script. And I loved the humor. I could see the opportunity to have a good time playing this character. And then all the components just came together because I didn't know who Radio Silence, who they were, and these guys are geniuses. And I'm going to say it again. They are amazing.
Yeah.
They're so good. So I think everybody did a great job.
Yeah, everybody nailed it.
And when you take on a movie like this, you don't know maybe there's going to be a lot of action or not. Sam, for you, there's a lot of action in this movie. You're moving around a lot. You got some stuff to do. How much of that actually landed on you in terms of prep and kind of getting ready to take it on and get in there?
Yeah, well, I was lucky. I was fortunate enough. I did a film right before, which I had played essentially a fighter, so I did 3 or 4 weeks of stunt training before doing this. There was 2 stunts I didn't do. One was falling out of a window, and if that had gone wrong, it would have been bad.
Yeah.
And one was diving in front of a moving car, which, again, I probably shouldn't do that. But yeah, it was great because the fight scenes, we were able to make them really messy and sort of sloppy because none of the characters were fighters, so we could really play with the idea that it was spare of the moment and that desperation. That was really fun.
But it did get a little messy. I heard that you actually punched Andy
I
at one
did.
point. So wait, what's the story there?
It was day one. I was like, hi, nice to meet you, Andy, and I didn't know how cool she was at the time. And we were blocking through a fight, and I had this fake brick. And,
It was pretty hard,
It was
though.
pretty hard. And I had her on the ground, and I just...
Yeah, I just got a little egg. Have you ever had that? You get hit and it pops up really fast, so they got ice, but everybody was freaking out. But
we
then,
didn't know how cool you were. You were like, yeah, just get some ice
it's
and let's
fine,
go
it
again.
was fine.
Yeah.
But then last night you were telling me when we were talking about the choking scene that I was actually yeah, I had to choke her, throw her up against the wall, and choke her. First scene of the movie is that I was actually kind of choking her. But
Yeah, she got me back.
Did you come out unscathed?
She choked me off set. So that was a little weird, but you know, everyone has their process.
Everybody, yeah, that's right. It's getting into a kind of a method thing.
I was very unscathed actually. I just
Just easy breezy.
Yeah, easy breezy. Yeah, I didn't notice I was filming.
And kind of keeping with the theme of the movie a bit, this family obviously has a very strange tradition. What's the strangest maybe tradition or thing that your families do? Do you have anything like that? Andrea's got a good one.
Oh, we play Hunger Games. We've done it
what?
4 years
On a
now.
farm, like-
Yeah, except we use flower balls.
Oh, wow, that's
Things
good.
like flower ball slings with tissue,
Oh,
with a rubber band, and we throw it.
Do you guys
But we're all
have something like a
going
weird
after each
tradition?
other.
No, I have nothing. My life's so interesting.
But
I get on commercial flights.
You get on
and I
commercial
scared.
flights to freak out with your
And I
family.
freak out. Yeah, we all do it together every Christmas Eve.
my sisters and I really love ghosts and the ideas of ghosts, so we use the Ouija board to talk to dead relatives, and they actually do communicate with us.
Wait,
FYI.
who have you talked to?
My uncle predicted a lot of the stuff that's actually happened in my life. And recently, my sisters were like, we need to get together and do it again. And we used to make tables walk, too.
Stop.
Yeah, I'm serious. You
Wait.
put your hands together, they actually walk. They
So
walk.
you full on, you believe all of that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Next time you come in
Loads
here,
of crazy.
we're turning the lights down. Bring us out.
I learned something new about you every time you open your mouth.
Every time.
And every time I'm amazed.
It's unbelievable.
We could do that sometime, you guys.
Can we please?
Sure.
Yeah,
Wait,
sure.
can I pry slightly? Is there something that you're willing to share that your uncle predicted that happened?
My career, basically. It was my career, and that I was going to have horses. I wanted to know that I was going to have children.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you predict my career too?
I got some questions as well.
I want to talk about this. So switching gears, you're in this week's issue of People, which is really exciting. You told us that once your kids left the house, you were lonely at first, but then after a while, you began to really like it. So much so that you're not really looking for anything romantically. What is this phase of your life like? I mean, when it comes to romance and how you view that.
It's not that if something showed up, I wouldn't be accepting. It's really that I just don't have any deep desire to be with anyone. I have so much in my life. Like, I love being on set, and that fulfills me in a lot of ways. And I'm really learning how to make all kinds of friends. I have young friends and friends that are my age and older, and I feel I don't know, my life feels very rich. I can't imagine it being any richer.
Yeah, and quickly, your daughter Margaret was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Fosse Verdon, Emmy nominations, all kinds of things happening. Was acting something you always envisioned for her?
I put my kids in the arts from a very young age. Even my son, they all did theater and they danced. Even my son danced.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a natural progression for them.
Boys can dance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
of
this
course.
boy, but some boys can.
Of course.
I have a fear of dancing.
Do you have a fear of dancing?
No, I'm joking.
You're afraid of everything.
Yeah.
You guys are all very busy. Samara, upcoming, you have this long-awaited third Bill and Ted film playing Bill's daughter alongside Alex Winter, Keanu Reeves. That must be a pretty surreal experience. Yeah, what was it like working with them?
I just had so much fun watching them, doing those characters again. It was so much fun. And it was surreal for them because it had been 32 years, I think, and them revisiting that character and being in the same room together with a bunch of the same cast. It was so much fun.
I was going to say, what can you tease for us? What are we most excited?
I don't know. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm not sure.
It's a safe space. No, it's fine.
Forget about the camera.
Yeah, can I fanboy for just a quick second?
Sure.
The Matrix, Hugo Weaving, your uncle, and that, Keanu, that whole connection.
Yeah.
Did you fan out about the possible next Matrix movie with Keanu?
know.
You didn't know?
He didn't tell me.
He didn't tell you?
No.
Is Hugo going to be in the new one?
I don't know.
Are you going to be in it? Any of you?
I'm in it, yeah.
All three of us.
You're all three in
Mark,
it.
you do have something coming up. You have Marriage Story, also stars Adam Driver, Scarlett Johansson. That must be a really cool experience. What's your biggest takeaway from that project?
They're such pros, Scarlett and Adam. They're wonderful people. And Noah Baumbach's one of my favorite filmmakers. So just to work with him and get to know him was such a treat. And he's so well put together. Like he wears like a suit every day and he's so smart and funny, and I was just envious of him the whole time.
Guys, it's so good to talk to all of you. Thank you for sharing about everything and the Ouija board stuff. We're going to talk more after this.
We're going to bring it in, I think.
Okay. Make sure to catch the movie. It's called Ready or Not. It's in theaters right now. Now we're going to switch gears to this. In this week's issue of People, we're taking a look back at the lasting legacy of the late Peter Fonda, who died on August 16th of respiratory failure caused by lung cancer. He was remembered in a statement by his family as a sweet and gracious man with an indomitable spirit and love of life.
Peter, of course, was the son of legendary actor Henry Fonda and sister of actress Jane Fonda. In 1997, he said this about his famous family, quote, "If I were digging ditches today, the guys at the other end of the ditch would say, you know who that is? That's Jane Fonda's brother, or Henry Fonda's son. No matter what, I'll never escape that." He felt like he was always living in their shadows. It's a lot of pressure to be under.
But he found a way to carve out his own path as star and co-writer of Easy Rider, the 1969 hit where he played a motorcyclist on a cross-country journey. It was his breakthrough role.
The film was produced for roughly $400,000 and raked in about $60 million. And Peter wasn't the only star to come out of it. Jack Nicholson also shot to fame for his portrayal of an alcoholic lawyer. Peter once said he didn't mind if his career never matched Nicholson's or even his sister Jane's. He really only wanted his father's approval.
And the father-son duo had a breakthrough before Henry's death in 1982. Peter wrote in his memoir that when his father told him how much he loved him, he, quote, hugged him so hard, he said, I could feel the pacemaker in his chest. A really special moment.
Yeah,
obviously.
and we end with this, something Peter told Esquire in 2009, quote, "Right now, if the stray bullet whacked me or the odd great white swam up and bit me in two, you know what? It's been a hell of a good life."
Wow, really special. And now we move on to this. Take a look.
But then people told her
that you actually were calling her up saying you hate and saying I'm another jailbird, another jailbird.
And I will defend myself all day long.
Samantha,
I would never say
so you
that about
didn't say that?
Never. That's a lie. So don't bring up lies.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm bringing it up.
That's a lie. Don't hear gossip unless you hear it from me.
Clearly, she has zero respect for me because I've seen the text and she's lying right to my face.
All right, we're about to discuss that jailbird moment and many more from this week's Real Housewives of Orange County. Plus, we're breaking down the top moments of this week on Real Housewives of Potomac as they head to the Cayman Islands and paying tribute to Bethenny Frankel as she announced that she's leaving the Real Housewives of New York City. A lot to talk about.
Yeah, and here to dish on everything from the chic to the bleak within the Real Housewives world are People's Housewives experts, People writer and reporter Dave Quinn, and People TV producer Sam Belikoff. What's up, guys?
Hey. Good to see you both.
Hey.
Sam, let's break into this. What was your reaction to that moment between Gina and Vicky at Tamra's housewarming?
I love that Gina is like, Vicky's like, don't listen to it unless it comes from me. And it's like, well, it did come directly from you. She saw the text. Here's the thing, like, Vicky, you know, you're on camera, own it. If you know that you texted somebody and you're all friends, kind of say it. It's kind of surprising. Vicky has gotten herself into this time and time again. I think that, you know, we see later that they squash this, but it's only time and again before it comes up. I loved that Bronwyn really got into it with Vicky as well and was like, I've heard this, I've heard that. I think she's really being pretty spicy there, and it's good to see.
If I was a housewife, I'd be afraid to text ever because people screenshot everything they have received. Another top moment in the episode was when Gina claimed that her estranged husband, Matt, had an affair before her divorce filing. And then she said this, watch.
The other day, I found out that he's still seeing this woman. And has been for the past 6 months.
Wow, Dave, does this moment put Gina's storyline regarding her divorce last season into perspective?
Very much so. Back then, Gina had told people that there was no infidelity whatsoever between her and her husband that led to their breakup, and now we find out that that is actually true, that there was. She was saying that she was hiding all of that to protect their children. I think it's really tough of what she's going through, and of course she's been in the news lately, still struggling with custody battles between her and her husband. So there's a lot more to this story than we're going to see right now.
Yeah, and a lot more coming out, though. And a lot more acknowledgement coming out. The other top moment of the episode came after Vicki said that she knows more than she said about Kelly. Of course, the other women wanted to know exactly what she was talking about. Watch this.
I'm not telling you nothing.
Are you talking about the train?
Tamra, do not talk about that. Tamra.
She's saying I know more than she knows and she knows.
Enough.
I just need a Vicki cam to stay in the corner during all these the entire time. Sam, what's your reaction watching this moment?
I'm getting echoes of the Beverly Hills premiere when it was like, don't bring this up on camera. You know, it's really interesting to me, not saying that anything was planned or not, but it's interesting that Tamra actually is the one that said it, not Vicki. I mean, yeah, Vicki did bring up she knows more than she knows, but Tamra's the one that said, are you talking about the train? I think this ended on a to be continued indeed. But, you know, our interview with Kelly that already aired, she did mention very quickly, she said that Vicki has said there's rumors of a sex train. So if you combine these two together, it does seem like this train, this choo-choo may be sexual in nature. I think all the fans are gonna have to wait the next week to see what's going on with that locomotion, but, you know, we'll be tuning in to find out.
Never call it a choo-choo again.
We'll be breaking down the train next week. All right, wow. Here we go. Moving on to the Real Housewives of Potomac. I think we need to move on here. The ladies arrived in the Cayman Islands, got into it nearly immediately. Watch this.
She knew at that time that I had lost my parents.
This has nothing to do with that.
Don't
No,
you
it
tell me it doesn't.
It doesn't, Karen. No, it doesn't. Everybody is very respectful of your parents. You are lying. Everybody has.
You shouldn't have done.
Don't even act like that. No, Karen.
You did it just now.
Nobody is disrespecting your parents.
You did. That was too old to be yelling in the lobby.
Just a lot of yelling. Dave, what was your reaction watching this moment?
Well, these are the two matriarchs, right, of the Real Housewives of Potomac. To see Karen and Giselle, they have been fighting since season 1. They are setting an example yet again, coming here on vacation and immediately blowing up at one another. That was good television. In the lobby.
Yeah.
Listen, traveling is stressful, all right? I get stressed out when it happens.
All right.
But I really like to see these two make up and be friends. I think that they're stronger together than they are apart.
All right, Sam, quickly before we move on, what's your take on the Giselle and Karen of it all in this week's episode?
Well, I liked that they made up at the beach. I mean, it was the most tenuous makeup of all time. We don't know if it'll last, but I think that Karen really needed the apology from Giselle, and Giselle was happy to give it to her, I think, in this case. And hopefully there's a future for them, but it doesn't look like it's really gonna stick, to be honest.
Another top moment from Potomac happened during sunset on the beach after Katie and Ashley got into it. Watch.
Okay, Katie, is there something that you might want to apologize for?
Like what?
You want to apologize for calling her dumb?
You are stupid and you are dumb.
I am, but yet I'm the one who has an unemployed man living in my house after a month of knowing him. You need to fill the void in your heart, not between your legs, girl, okay?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, it wasn't me.
Oh,
Sam,
man.
what's your
That's a
take on
one-liner.
what just went down there?
Candace doing her best Shaggy, it wasn't me. I think that basically Ashley, you know, one of the housewives said this in the after show on BravoTV.com, that this was the first time they really saw Ashley get heated about the whole Michael situation, and she wasn't just sort of a little deflective. And it was interesting to see that Katie, who she was really so close with, brought that out of her. I think the two of them have a lot of issues. I think that Katie, you know, Ashley later in this episode says that Katie is not mentally strong. I think she shows some real mental strength there. I mean, being like, you are stupid and you are dumb. That's pretty strong. It might not be the nicest, but, you know, a lot to see with this relationship, and there's more to come for for them too.
Yeah, actually with that one-liner, I wonder if she had that plan for a while. She just like came out with it. Very impressive. Dave, we can't discuss the Housewives without discussing what has fans everywhere shook. Bethenny Frankel is leaving the Real Housewives of New York City. What is your reaction?
It was a total surprise, not just to me, but to the cast of the Real Housewives of New York City. We spoke to Ramona Singer, who said that she didn't even know, her cast members didn't even know.
That's
Bethenny
surprising to hear,
hadn't told
actually.
anybody.
Yeah.
It's really, really surprising. Listen, Bethenny has left the show before. She was gone for seasons 4, 5, and 6. She's returned in the past couple of seasons and seemed to be in a really healthy place. But as she explained in her statement and in a long, lengthy Instagram comment online, she really is ready to kind of move on. She has great new business opportunities coming. I don't think this will be the last we'll see of her.
No, for sure not.
I feel like she might come back.
Just weird and so abruptly.
Yeah,
though.
Sam, what was your reaction to Bethenny leaving?
I was so shook I had to prepare a statement because I couldn't be prepared to be off the cuff. I'm still not off book, so I'm going to be reading it from my phone.
All right.
Big moment.
So it's a poem. It's you know, paying tribute. Wow, Bethenny, wow, an ode by People Now. Tell me something, skinny girl. Are you happy in this modern world, or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? But let's go back. From before I was falling, because reality TV, my dear, it's your calling, or should I say, you're mention-it-alling. New York City was your playground, and oh, how you played. Fighting with Jill Zarin, you had the whole world Karen. We'll never forget when you told Kelly to go to sleep, especially because you did it again with Sonia, 11 seasons deep. You left us once before in season 3, so we shouldn't be surprised. Perhaps there's hope of a Housewives future for you, a reprise. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a Roni in possession of a good storyline must be in want of a good housewife. You are that housewife. When you came back in season 7, heaven. What are we doing here without Dorinda? Sure, but when the bee was back, what could we want more? When it comes to Housewives, I try to stay neutral, and yet, I must confess, New York is the best without scruple. We owe that in large part to you, Bee. But now, we must set you free. Roni will survive. Who knows? It may thrive, but ultimately, you were ours. You were supernova among all stars, but ultimately, you were ours.
Aww.
So go be yourself off camera. We'll still be here talking about Tamra. I guess I'll have to pay more attention to your pics on the gram, because Frankel, my dear, I do give a damn.
Oh my God! So good!
Preparation and everything.
We will miss you, Bethenny, but we will welcome you soon.
There's nothing more to say. Dave and Sam, thank you for being here. Everyone, make sure to follow along with us and watch The Real Housewives of Potomac Sundays at 8 and The Real Housewives of Orange County Tuesdays at 9. Of course, on Bravo.
You have to know your hips, the way that you, yes. And then your posture, absolutely, right? Yeah, and see, once you're here, you know you control it from there.
Is it all in the posture?
It's all in the posture.
I know.
It's all in the posture.
Yeah. I love him. Yeah, that was NFL legend Ray Lewis teaching me some proper posture. He's one of the cast members of the upcoming season of Dancing with the Stars. Always fun to have athletes in the mix. It's a different type of training than what they're used to.
Yeah, an NBA star Lamar Odom. He was also announced as one of this year's competitors. He's been open to people about his struggles and addiction, divorce from Khloe Kardashian, everything in his new book as well. Lamar was, of course, married to Khloe Kardashian when Kim was on Dancing with the Stars.
So I wanted to know why being on the show was so meaningful to him today, and if he'll bring any memories of Kim's time on Dancing with the Stars when he hits the dance floor. Watch.
Hopefully just give me strength in everything I do. I'm just trying to, every day I'm just trying to get better and better and better, be a better person. So hopefully just bring out the best in me.
Physically, you seem to be in great shape. With everything you've been through physically in your life, how great does it feel to now be able to do this?
It's a blessing, of course, just to be alive. And of course, to be out on the stage and dance in front of America is a blessing. Yeah.
Last thing, when reading your book, it's amazing how open you are about your past relationships with Khloe. You were with her when Kim was on Dancing with the Stars. Do you have memory of that experience, maybe going to tapings?
Yeah, it was a good experience for us and the family, and hopefully I can carry that momentum into this.
It's kind of a crazy flashback thinking about Kim on Dancing with the Stars.
It's easy to forget that she was on the show, actually.
Yeah, I was also so excited to learn former Bachelorette Hannah Brown would be competing this season. I've talked to her a few times, loved following her journey on this season of The Bachelorette. Now, Hannah used to be a pageant girl growing up, but don't expect to see that side come out of her.
I don't want to really flash back to pageant days for this because I think that was what was the hardest thing for me. Competing was not looking to my left or my right and really just focusing on getting better and showing my best self, and I want to do that with this. Of course, I want to win. Yeah. Of course, I mean, you don't compete in something if that's not like your goal. You should always want to succeed, but I just want to continue getting better and better each week and like have that competition for myself, not with the other contestants. But yeah, Hannah Beast will come out because she's just here.
Yeah, just who she is, the Beast. And we love to see a celeb's wild and fun side come out. Kate Flannery from The Office is ready to kick it up a notch on Dancing with the Stars. Angela Kinsey, fellow Office castmate, is our live guest today. Can't wait to talk to her about Kate and everything else. Kate played the socially inappropriate and sexually promiscuous Meredith Palmer. Here's a quick refresher of her role.
Have you guys ever met Bruce Myers, the Scranton rep for Hammermill?
Bruce!
Well, for the past 6 years, I've been sleeping with him in exchange for discounts on our supplies and Outback Steakhouse gift certificates.
She is so funny. It's such a great role. Now, I had to ask Kate, would Meredith appear on Dancing with the Stars? And who would her biggest competition be from The Office?
I think Meredith is, she'd be all in. I mean, the shorter the outfits, the better for Meredith. Me, I want a spray tan. I want a little more fabric. I'm like, the joke's getting a little lower and wider, gals. You know what I'm saying?
When you think back to the characters of The Office, if they were all here competing on Dancing with the Stars, who are you most worried about? Who are you not worried about with their dance skills?
I'd be most afraid of Dwight Schrute because he never does anything less than 375% with a ton of research.
Yep.
Despite his possible awkwardness, I still think Dwight Schrute would kill it. And I think Phyllis would be the wild card because she moves. Okay. Phyllis moves, yeah. You never know. Creed might play dirty. He might get a double. I think he might have like a stunt double and try to steal the competition from me.
Who are you not worried about at all?
Meredith.
I'm so excited to watch her on that.
For sure.
And before I let the gang go, I had to get a sneak peek of the moves they'll be bringing to the competition. So I want to know, in a dance circle, I'm sure you kill it. So what's your go-to move?
My go-to move? Twerk.
It's called the stomach suck.
It's a lot of shoulders, a lot of popping. Oh, you got it. You got it.
Like that.
Hey, you got to twerk with me, though. Come on. Hey.
Suck it in. Suck it in.
Am I kind of? Oh, that's embarrassing.
It's really exciting television, right?
Say bandit!
Among other roles, you know her as the very serious cat-loving accountant in The Office, and in celebration of Take Your Cat to the Vet Day today, Angela Kinsey is lending her Cat Lady waist to help raise awareness for medical care for our feline friends, everybody.
And Angela joins us now along with some adorable kitties. Thanks for joining us and bringing these guys.
These guys are all available for adoption.
Who do we have
We'll
here?
get you your info. Okay, so this cat is named Angela. What?
Oh, okay, I get it.
I didn't name them. The shelter
Did they do it
named them.
on your behalf?
That is Dwight.
How can you tell?
And that is Pam.
You can tell.
I have spent the day with them.
You spent the whole day with
She's a cat expert,
I know
so
them.
you
glad I
can
got
tell
Dwight.
cats apart. They're so gentle.
I know.
We have puppies on here all the time. Those things get wild.
Listen, can I just say that I've
I'm
been
into
trying
the
to get
kitties.
cats on here for a long time. I've got
Yes.
2 cats. I'm a bit of a crazy cat guy, and I'm proud of that. I wear that badge
Your
of honor.
day.
This is my day happening. August 22nd, Take Your Cat to the Vet
That's
Day.
right.
Why are cat owners less likely to do the vet checks? What do you think?
Well, it's harder to get your cat to the vet. It's easy. Your dogs just kind of run in the car, but we've got to get them in the carriers. They're a little bit more anxious.
They hate it.
They hate it. Mine, as soon as we get them in the Oreo, we just took to the vet, and the whole car ride, she's like, "Meow,"
Have you ever flown with a cat?
No.
I flew with 2
Yes.
cats, and it was like all of a sudden mid-flight, the real deep one.
Yeah.
People are like, what is it? Sorry, we've got cats on the freaking plane.
But you know what? If you're a cat owner, you're like, oh yeah, your cat is ticked off.
So it can be kind of stressful. What can vet offices do to make owners feel more comfortable?
So here's the thing. America loves their cats, but we're not getting them to the vet like we should. So first of all, you leave your carrier out, like let your cat be super comfortable with the carrier. So it's not a thing that only comes out when they're scared. And then also at your vet offices, they can make the lobbies a little bit more cat friendly. They can put like bath mats on the sterile table that you have to put your cat on. So there's little tricks that I'm learning.
Okay.
I partnered with Dr. Marks and Royal Canin, and I'm learning a lot about let's get our cats to the vet and how to do that.
I guess you kind of shared a little bit of a horror story. Do you have a cat to the vet horror story where it was like, oh my gosh, learned that lesson the hard way?
Well, no, just my cat that lived to be 21, Otter. Rest in peace, Otter.
Wait, is that the one that you?
That's the one that in Otter's final 2 years we called the White Walker, because Otter was just like, he just would sort of come out and be like, meh. And like, I would have guests over and they'd be like, oh God. And I'm like, oh, that's just Otter.
He's the White Walker.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you.
But Otter was like just so hard. Like Otter would hide under the bed the minute like the carrier came out. Yeah. So Otter was really tough. I've had some more wounds trying to get Otter to the vet. But it is so important because you don't really know when your cats aren't doing well because they are so self-sufficient and they're loners and you kind of need to just check in on them and get them to the vet.
I don't know, when did your love for cats begin?
As a kid, we always had cats. I have a photo on my mantle, and it's me sitting in my mom's lap, and I have a kitten I'm holding, and I'm just biting the cat's ear. I'm like,
they love that. Wow, by the way, Angela, the little kitty, did not even flinch there.
No,
she's a good kitty.
We're buddies.
You went to CatCon.
I went to CatCon.
Which is a thing I didn't even know about.
You should go.
Yeah,
You're a cat owner. It is literally one of the best things I've ever done, and I've done some cool things.
What happens there?
First of all, it's just, you know how people who love their cats, how they are.
Oh, yeah.
But they're all together.
Okay.
All those people
So
are
it's
in
a huge celebration.
Yes. I mean, there was a lady that she had got a whole bunch of cat stuffed animals and had, I think, super glued them or hot glued them or
that's different.
sewn them onto her dress.
Okay.
And so she was rocking her cat furry dress.
Okay.
I was like, you do it, lady. There was a lady who was cat leasy. But there's just like everything you could imagine that you might need for your cat. You can look at it, try it out.
Have they perfected the cat leash yet? Because I tried it once and our cat just like wound
no,
itself up in it.
I met a cat, Sookie Cat, and
Okay.
Sookie Cat was on a leash, and
Okay.
she was like amazing.
All right.
My husband really wants to try it, and I'm like, with Oreo and Snickers, you
They're
think
not-
you're gonna get Snickers on a leash?
They just start spinning.
He just wants to nap.
Yeah.
We love cats, but not everyone likes cats. What do you think is most misunderstood about cats?
Well, I think, they're not going to do what you want them to do.
Yeah.
They're not going to run over and be like, hey, they're like going to be like, on my
I also
time.
think that's the reason that people like them, though.
I think
Some people
so.
love
I
that
think so.
personality.
Yeah, exactly.
Your character on The Office loved cats as well, of course. Was that something that you created, or did that come through naturally?
It was a definite creative collaboration. In the pilot, I had sort of, I had to pass out papers in the background of a scene, and I made a little Post-it note. I drew a cat on it, and I said, you're invited to Sprinkle's first birthday party in the parking lot, 4 p.m. And I just sort of had made up that I found a cat in the parking lot. And then Jenna improvised off of that Post-it note a line that made it in. And then
so
it
then
just
took off.
It just took off.
Next thing you know, cat's flying through the ceiling.
Next thing you know, I'm licking a cat's face. I really did that.
So we were talking before, your Office co-star, Kate Flannery, is on Dancing with the Stars.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, what was your reaction when you found out?
Speaking of Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, here we go. You talk about a dancing
How do you
challenge.
think that she's gonna do? Does she have the qualities?
She is.
Take it.
First of all, Kate is an amazing performer. Wait, Kate. All right,
Kate balance a
Angela.
cat like
Angela, are you being feisty? Kate Flannery is a phenomenal performer. She's an amazing singer. She has been touring with Jane Lynch, and they do just the most amazing Christmas album, and they perform it, and Kate dances, and I can't wait.
What's her best move? Have you seen it?
Oh my gosh! I mean, I don't know if I've seen her move, her best dance move, but she can twirl.
Yeah.
Twirl
She
a
also did the
skirt.
robot on the carpet, so we know she has a few tricks
I'm
up her
just so
sleeve.
excited. I told her, I was like, I have to come to a taping. You
Yeah,
have to let
and
me know.
I want to see you on that dance floor.
No,
Come on.
no, you
Are you
don't.
kidding me?
No, you know
We're
what?
starting
It would go viral for sadness.
for cringeworthiness.
For cringe.
Yeah.
It'd be like, oh, Angela, I think something just popped. It just cracked.
Like escort her off, please.
Since we're kind of headed down memory lane already, we want to go even further.
Okay.
Talking about The Office with
baby?
a game we call
Oh,
Oh
Snap.
Oh, snap.
All right, ready
All
for this?
I'm going to let
So-
Angela wander.
Okay, the
She
deal
wants to
is
wander.
basically we're going to show you a photo. You have to
Okay.
share a memory from the time that it was taken. All right?
Oh,
It's going to be
okay.
on. You're going to see it right there on that monitor.
Oh, my
Let's start
God.
with this one: a picture of you and the cast of The Office.
I
and
think
Ben
that was
Affleck.
at the Golden Globes, and it was an after party at the Golden Globes, and I'll never forget because we were just sort of standing there talking, and then Ben Affleck ran over and was like, "Oh my God, it's the ladies from The Office!" And there were no photographers around us, but when Ben Affleck ran over, it was like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah."
All of a sudden?
I was like, "Oh, it's a movie star." Ran over.
All right, next one. Here, the Office cast celebrated the 100th episode of The Office. What was it like getting to that milestone?
Oh man, it just felt huge for us because we were on the chopping block. You know, our first season was only 6 episodes. We thought we were going to get canceled
Which
at
is
any time.
mind-blowing to even imagine that would have been a possibility.
Well,
given what
I
it
mean,
turned out
I
to
think
be.
people didn't really know what it was. It didn't look like the television shows on at the time. Oh, thank you for the link.
No, it was the first
Yeah.
to kind of break that mold in American TV. I mean, it happened in the UK. Anyway, so great.
Yeah.
Singing Here with Brooklyn Decker. Let's look at this next one.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this. What?
Oh my gosh. This was so, like Brooklyn and I talked about this is like so embarrassing. But it was for charity. It was for charity.
Wait, what? That's not too embarrassing. That's fun.
Oh no, it was, yeah, that was, I'm really glad that was like before Instagram and Insta story and whatnot. But yeah, we sang.
Hair's on point. Let's just
yeah,
say that.
well, we were,
obviously.
what did we sing? Hit Me Baby One More Time?
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, a little Britney
Nice.
thing.
I think that was Britney Spears.
Okay.
All right, we have another one. The Office cast really loves to still support one another. Let's take a look at this one.
Oh my gosh, that was for, I don't know, it's someone's book, someone's show,
Maybe.
something.
But there you are all
I don't
together.
know, there we are all together.
Is there a group text? Are you guys in touch regularly? What's the deal?
Yes,
Yeah.
we are. We are in touch regularly.
really
I'm
nice.
really thankful for it. It was a special chapter in our lives, and we've all stayed in touch.
Let's bring it back to the cat theme.
Okay.
Here's one more. Grumpy cat. You're,
Yes,
There-
I did
there you
with
are.
Michael Ian Black. And Grumpy Cat was so sweet, and Grumpy Cat passed away.
yeah, what was your reaction to that? That was so sad.
I just thought it made me sad. Grumpy Cat actually had, you know, I think it was a cat dwarfism. Am I saying that right?
Something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
But it was a very sweet cat.
Yeah.
And had the best face.
Grumpy.
Well, Angela,
Yeah, for
thank you
sure.
so much for being here.
It's great to talk to you.
I'm sorry, did I end it on a down note?
No,
I guess we kind of did, didn't we?
We also need to
But look at
find
this
the other
kitty.
kittens
These
because they're
cats
running
just
wild.
decided
Wait a second. Here we go.
There's another one around here, but I feel like it's cat safe around
No,
here.
it's definitely
all
cat safe.
good.
We've
I
cat
love you
saved
guys. I'm sorry I was rushing in so late.
No, all
but
good.
thank you for
Thanks for
having
being
me.
here, bringing where it is to take your cat to the vet day.
Yes.
Just do it. Your cat will love you. Or maybe
Yes,
your cat won't love
and you can win a year's supply of Royal Canin cat food.
Oh.
Too. Go to royalcanin.com/cat to vet, people.
And tell your fella we say hello as well. He was he was
Yes.
here last time
Love
you were
him.
here, and we love
I
him.
know he's making maple cookies right now. You're like, Angela, we gotta go.
Okay, yeah, we gotta go. Tell us about the maple cookies. Taking a look at our people poll, we've been asking you who you think will take home the Mirrorball Trophy in the new season of Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
Here are the
See Who
results.
you guys think? I feel like, yeah, Hannah Brown.
Hannah Brown to
Maybe
the roof.
recency bias, though, you know?
I don't know. Wow.
No, I love
perhaps that's the
I love
diagnosis.
Hannah Brown, but she's really hot off the Bachelorette.
Yeah, no, that's true.
All right, we'll be asking you a new question of the day tomorrow on People Now, so tune in for that.
Coming up tomorrow, we're joined live by Christina Milian and Adam DeMose, who star in the new upcoming Netflix film Falling in Love.
Plus, do you want your kids to eat their lunch? We're joined live by the Lunchbox Dad to show you how to get creative with those vital meals.
This guy's gonna be my new best friend.
Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from YouTube superstars, Nikki and Gabby. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hey guys, I'm Nikki. And I'm Gabby. And this is one last thing. The last show I binge watched was Riverdale. Nothing this bad was ever supposed to happen here. Orange is New Black.
We're gonna get each other through this. So it'll be like old times.
My last big splurge was a designer bag. Louis Vuitton winter coat. Same. The last song I listened to on repeat was Hair Tag. Queen of Mean from Descendants.
And he's calling me the queen of me.